It is after the 4th of July. The hanging baskets are looking good, but now is the time to dig in. I'm going to show you how to keep these hanging baskets looking fantastic all summer and turning them from this into a giant flower that's going to reach the bottom of your deck. Summertime, which means we're all leaving on vacation from time to time. And Sheldon's going to walk out of camera right now because he knows he screwed up. I left for just 3 days. And I said, Sheldon, you have to water the hanging baskets. And I thought watering was enough self-explanatory on what to do. And then I came back. It was only 3 days. And I'm going to show you a picture of what they look like when I got back. And Sheldon looked at me and he was like, what's wrong? I watered them every day while you were gone. I guess I needed to be a little more explanatory with Sheldon. So here's the deal. I realized that if you're not doing this all the time, that how much water, when to water, how often to water are things that I take for granted. With the big hanging basket, there's a couple things. When it gets really hot outside, that soil in the center is going to just pull in. It is going to suck every drop of moisture it can in order to keep everything going, which creates a lot of problems because generally what I tell people is you want to water until the water comes pouring out the bottom. You want to soak this as much as possible in order to get it to last as long as you can. And here's the other thing. Watering the foliage on annuals does nothing for it. If anything, it'll create a lot of problems. You get fungus problems. The blossoms will die back sooner. You really just want to get water just inside. You want to water the soil, not the flowers. And I think a lot of times when you put a hose in and it comes out the bottom, you just stop right away. Or you just think you count to 5 and that's enough. You really want to soak these every time that you're going to water them. All right. So I don't want the volume of water to come out too fast. If it comes out too fast, it's going to spray all over the place. I just want to get my hose right down in there and I'm going to just let it water till the water comes out the bottom. Now, if this happens super fast, you know that that water is running around the outside and down the bottom. It should take a little bit for that water to really soak in. You know, that was probably 6-8 seconds and we're starting to get a little drip. I'm going to keep letting this go. I want to really make sure that this soaks in well. It is best to water them early in the morning because then they're really doing well all day. They've got lots of water in their soil when the sun's out the hottest. But sometimes when it's upper 80s, low 90s twice a day. They're just going to need a little bit. If you water them in the morning and then water them again at night, that will really help. It does do better to water them in the morning, but you can, watch, you'll see. The blossoms will start to fade down. You'll get some curling of the leaves. It'll tell you when it's really not doing well. Most of the time, once a good day, watering them, they'll be doing just fine. But you can see I've let this go for 30 seconds. Now I'm finally starting to get a lot of water coming out the bottom. And I know that now we're about good to go. Step number 2 in keeping your baskets looking great all summer is you have to fertilize. I always use a water-soluble fertilizer with my hanging baskets. These beauties just want a lot of feed to keep them going. This is what we sell at Bauman Farms. This is a Nutriculture. It's a nice, well-balanced blend, triple 20. Those 3 numbers are important. If you're using an organic fertilizer, it's typically a lot less. Those numbers are a lot lower, which just means you're going to have to do it more often. A triple 20 allows me to do this. At home, I've only been feeding this once a week. If we're getting hot in the summer and things aren't looking good, or I have a big barbecue coming up, I could bump it up to 2 or 3 times a week. That's plenty. Once a week, they're doing good. This basket is fine. And I get it. We're all busy. So what I like to do, we say it's about 1 teaspoon per gallon of water. It's not an exact science. Don't freak out if it's a little more or a little less. I like, maybe I'm a little too aggressive sometimes, but this is about a 5-gallon bucket. I'm gonna pour in a nice little batch in the bottom. I always look at the color of water, but generally you want about 5 teaspoons. This bag's empty. You can see how often I fertilize. I'm doing this every week, but typically that bag will last you a year. So I'm just mixing up a 5-gallon bucket. I stick it in here and let her mix it up. This way, I find it works pretty good. I can just scoop up and go around to all my baskets. And the nice thing about this liquid fertilizer is I use it on everything, from my house plants that I have that I bring around my deck, to my containers, to even out in my garden. A lot of the annuals could use a little extra boost during the summertime. And this fertilizer is just a well-balanced, really great fertilizer that's going to keep things looking great. Sheldon, you want to say I love you? Isn't that the most adorable thing ever? It's so cute. Get the water all mixed up. I have about a 1-gallon container I use. I just fill her up. And this is about how much, people often ask me, like, how much should I put in my hanging basket? And I don't want this really spilling out the bottom, because then I'm just wasting my fertilizer. I'm filling this up just enough to give these guys a nice feed. Typically, I will do this, like this will be their morning watering for the day. So that way it'll keep it nice and watered for the day, and it doesn't go spilling out all over the bottom. While I'm over here, I thought you'd give you a little update. This was a Monrovia planting that Jessica and me put together. Was it last year? Yeah. Jessica thinks so too. I think it was last year. Yes, it's definitely been only last year. And I love the way this is turning out. So cool. There's so many different textures. And I'll use my liquid feed fertilizer. And I'll just, while I'm mixing it with my other flowers, I pour some in here just to keep all these guys growing. And looking good. And this is, believe it or not, this is probably the star of the show to me. This is a Triascantia right here. Grape. I'm going to have to look up the name and put it on there for you because I don't remember it. I've been seeing a lot of these coming out, and a lot of nurseries are telling me that they're not selling at garden centers. Garden centers are not buying them because people aren't. This perennial, so easy to take care of. It is really, really hardy. Dies all the way down in the wintertime, comes up, and just look, it has been blooming out here for a month. It's going to continue to bloom all summer long. I love how the texture, it's so, this purple with this pink hydrangea, a little bit of the gold with the Japanese forest grass coming out underneath. I think this is such a great plant to use, full sun to part sun. We get morning sun right here. Look at how this jasmine is starting to climb up my downspout. I know, one day it'll probably rip it right off of there, but I'll trim it back, it'll be fine. But it smells great on the patio. Hydrangeas are coming in. These beautiful little hostas are popping up right now with their flowers. Forest grass, hydrangeas. I'm loving it, looks great. On to step 3. We have watered, we have fertilized. Do that regularly. Keep your baskets looking good. But we are after July 4th. There have been these beautiful butterflies. Hummingbirds coming for the cupia, butterflies coming out to see the flowers, which is gorgeous. I had some people over for the 4th of July weekend. My kids had friends over. They were just laughing and giggling and loving all the flowers. And I was like, the butterflies are out. Because what that means is those little white butterflies are coming and laying their eggs on their hanging basket, which means before too long, I am going to start seeing little holes appearing in the flowers. And before too long, after those holes come up, you will have a beautiful green, lush hanging basket with no flowers, because those little larvae will have hatched and eaten all the flowers off. The good news is there are some really simple things you can do. This is Captain Jack's Dead Bug Brew. Captain Jack's is a great organic option to take care of those little worms. It is a bacteria, actually, that they found in a rum distillery. It's mixed in here. You want to shake this bottle up nice and good. And here's one of the kind of keys to this. I'll show you in a second, but let me explain it first. To turn, I like to use I always forget how they do this. Ready to use, RTU, is the little handle bottle you spray, and ready to spray, RTS, is the one that hooks on the end of your hose. This to me is so much faster and easier. I like the ready to use spray. I always get it back. The one that hooks on the end of the hose. When I go to turn the nozzle on, I kind of pull it. If you just turn it on part way, it doesn't actually, none of the spray comes out. You've got to turn it all the way down, and then I kind of spray it on the ground for a second, and I want to see a little bit of white foam coming up. So I'll show you that here in just a second. That way I know the spray is coming out, and then I'm just going to soak it down. It takes me literally 10 seconds. I spray it all down, and then I move on to the next one. But you really got to make sure you do it all the way to the back. All right, let's get this baby going. So we turn it on. Right now you'll see, if I point it down at the ground, you don't see any white foam coming out. So I got to turn it all the way over. There we go. See it coming right now in the, you'll almost start to smell it too. Come on, there we go. There we go. Now I can really start to see it and smell it. Now I know I'm ready to go. The nice thing about Captain Jack's, the bacteria is completely safe to you, to your pets. Sheldon will be fine, and the bugs are gonna die. But, there's always a but, right? Captain Jack's works great on cutworms because the cutworms actually eat the foliage, which ingests the bacteria, and they die. The problem is Jessica and me are looking at our baskets here, we found a few aphids. Jessica will zoom in and show you. A lot of times with aphids, you see the dead carcasses before you actually see the aphids, and those are like the little white spots you see on there. The problem is Captain Jack's doesn't work on aphids. Aphids are actually sucking the juice on the inside of the plant. They're not actually eating the foliage. So they're not ingesting any of the bacteria that would kill them. So you have a couple of options. 8 is a great inorganic option. This is a contact spray. It will also kill the cutworms. As soon as it hits it, it will kill them. If you're worried about other pollinators, bees, this will also hurt them. So if I'm going to use this, I'll use this at night after all the other pollinators are away. We'll spray the basket down. It'll get rid of the aphids and the bugs. And then by the next day, it's dried, it's gone, totally safe for pollinators. You can also use a horticultural oil like neem oil or something else. That you've really got to coat your basket because it works by suffocating the aphids. It will actually coat them, suffocate them, gets rid of them. You can rinse them off with some soapy water. That also helps. But those are some great organic options. But aphids are something else you want to keep out for during the summertime. Before we leave, I wanted to give you an update on the planters that we put together earlier this summer. This is like beautiful colors. I'm so happy with the way this turns out. The purple and the orange go so well together. This iochroma, which we have in stock at the nursery right now, is taking off. I mean, it's almost like a weed, but look at all the flower buds coming on it. And this mandevilla, Jessica was just in here, she's like, well, that hasn't grown a lot. And it doesn't grow super fast. It likes to be super hot. So as we continue to warm up, it's really going to continue to grow. This is the orange. We have some of these available at the garden center still, but check this one out. This one, we're just coming out. This is the blue one. And it is such a unique color. I'm so excited to kind of come have that trail down. We have some orange sun patience, a little bit of some orange geranium here. And also, one of the plants that was in our trials last week, this is one of those new Showtime petunias. I love that kind of deep, dark purple in there. I had several people say this was their favorite plant. So I'm loving it. We got to keep watering it, fertilizing it, and watching for bugs. We're going to keep these plants looking fantastic all summer long. If you have other problems or questions, please write them down in the comments. In fact, take a picture, put it down there. Jessica and me will take a look and help you troubleshoot. You can always do that on any of our social medias, Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. We're happy to help and make sure that your hanging baskets and flower pots are going to be the envy of the whole neighborhood.